how you get to the $1.9 billion rainy day fund.
Right. Well, when you take the, Tim, give him the exact numbers, Tim. I mean, it's a combination of 2 fiscal years plus the Jobs Ohio.
So the current balance of the BSF rainy day fund is $482 million. Because of revenues that will come in, well, because of our success last year, we have a carry-through balance that produces about $400 million above our required ending balance than when we started this fiscal year. Then revenues are coming in above estimate. As Director Moody said, Medicaid continues to come in below estimate. That will leave us an ending balance that is sufficient to make another $980 million deposit into the Budget Stabilization Fund. That puts us to $1.46 billion, which is the statutory 5% target. We still have year-end balance monies remaining, which we estimate at this time. And again, these are estimates based on our projections of how we're going to do the rest of the year. Leaves us $400 million, which would then go into the Income Tax Reduction Fund and provide for the 4% tax reduction that's been referenced.
You know, I mean, seriously, let's forget it's me, let's forget it's Keene, let's forget it's the administration. 2 years ago, we were $8 billion in the hole. No way this can be managed without a tax increase, okay? Now we are at $1.9 billion surplus. I mean, that's just totally unbelievable. I mean, you got to pinch yourself to think about this. From $8 billion in the hole to almost $2 billion in surplus, and by running the government well, not slashing people off Medicaid, not taking away their benefits. It's pretty amazing. But you know, it just shows you what you can do if you think, if you're innovative, you think outside the box, and you get economic growth. That is a really important part of this. Look, we're up 122,000 jobs, and any community, you know, you hear about these fights between local governments over, you know, where's this business going to locate? Well, why do you think they want it? They want it because it produces revenue for their schools, for everything. And of course, as we grow jobs, the state collects more, and it's working. Look, I think it's really good, but I read about contraction, the federal contraction. I read about sequestration. You know, we're a long, long way from being out of the woods, but this is pretty remarkable in a short period of time. Yes, Ann?
How tough do you think the Medicaid expansion will be able to sell to the legislature? Many of whom are against Obamacare, don't like the idea of it. Are you getting any indication from them that they'll support this?
Well, yeah, we had a briefing this morning with some members of the legislature. They want to, you know, they obviously want to look at this. But when you look at the facts, when you strip out ideology or, you know, political considerations, and you kind of focus on what makes the most sense, I'm very hopeful at the end of the day that they will get this, because this is not an endorsement of Obamacare. I mean, Obamacare is individual mandates, it's these insurance reforms. That's Obamacare. Obamacare is not the fact, I mean, that's not the thrust of it, is that working poor people should get health care coverage. And remember this, Greg Moody is now unveiling another unique program, which is to take our Medicaid money, our Bureau of Workers' Comp money, and I think even our state health care money, and we're sticking it next to companies in the private sector to produce outcome-based medicine. And outcome-based medicine basically means this: transparency and quantity is not the order of the day, it's quality. If you produce a good, if you're a hospital and you have a lower infection rate, we're going to work with you. If you have a higher infection rate, you better straighten it out. We're one of the very few states, and I think we're the only state involved in payment reform. Is that right, Greg? Two of us in the country. So you put all this together, and particularly the impact, Ann, on the local communities. I'd like to think that Ohio will make a good decision on this, and again, I think it's something to be considered separately from some people's strong feelings, including mine, about Obamacare. But Ann, you know the way these things go. You're going to have a lot of fun stories to write here over the course of the next several months. Yes, Bill?
Governor, you've been very clear